All right, here's a question for you that's going to make you think extremely hard, or maybe not so hard. But have you ever eaten healthy all week long, trained extremely hard, and then you look in the mirror and you look the exact same? Trust me, I know you're there. I've been there before. If you clicked on this video, it's because you are probably there. You are probably the person we're talking about. But understand that you are not crazy. You're just missing one thing, and that is your macros. I talk to people all day, every day about macros and how important they are. Because here's the truth. If you don't understand how to eat based on your macros, it doesn't matter how clean your meals are. You'll either stay stuck or end up even worse. You'll lose muscle and you'll gain fat. And that's exactly what we don't want. We want the reverse. We want to gain muscle and we want to lose fat. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly what macros are. I'm going to break down how to calculate them for your body. And then I'm going to give you the real secret to eating for muscle and fat loss. Muscle gain and fat loss, let me be clear. Because this can all be done without giving up the foods you love, without giving up the pizza, without giving up the pizza. In my mind, I thought I was saying burgers. In my mind, I thought I was saying burgers. You can do this without giving up the pizza, without giving up the burgers, and without giving up your sanity. All right, so let's go get right into it, man. I want you guys to stick around to the end. I'm gonna give you the most common macronutrient mistake that's keeping a lot of you from actually seeing your abs. All right, so let's just get right down to it. Sorry, I'm jacking up my words and all that, but hey, I got my notes right here. I want to talk to you guys really about what macros are. Okay, so macronutrients, that's the long form, the word. It's macronutrient, macros for short. All right, three nutrients that your body needs are the protein, the carbs, and the fats. Those are your macronutrients. All right, every single thing you eat is made up of these three. You got to think of macros like the fuel that mix in your body. It's the fuel mix inside of your body. You get the right ratio, you can burn fat, you can build muscle, and you can feel good, just overall. But when you get it wrong, it's the opposite. You feel tired, bloated, you plateau a lot with your weight. Just your energy is always low and you're not actually burning any fat. You're probably gaining fat and you're actually not building any muscle. So here's the breakdown. All right. So the protein is what builds and repairs your muscle. And then the carbs are what provides you that energy for your training and your recovery. And then you got your fats, which help to regulate that testosterone. All right. It regulates your hormones, but mainly for you guys, we're talking about your testosterone because I know once we get a certain age, the testosterone is down in the dumpster. So we got to make sure that we are up in the testosterone or trying to up the testosterone levels, but also just trying to maintain and make sure we stay on point. Now, each gram of these macronutrients gives you calories. So that's where the calories come up. You have to have the macros, the macro breakdown, which will give you the calories. So the protein is 4 calories. Every gram is 4 calories. Same as carbs. Carbs are 4 calories per gram. And then fats are 9 calories per gram. All right, I want you to keep those numbers in your head. Just keep them, write them down, do what you got to do. I will obviously speak on them again when we try to calculate some things. But now you know what macronutrients are. So now we need to figure out how much do you need for your body? Because everybody is going to be different. So when you jump on Google and you look up a specific diet to build muscle or a specific diet to lose fat, it's not happening that way. It's just not that simple, okay? You need the right macronutrients for you, so you got to tailor it to that. All right, step 1. You need to get your calorie target, okay? So you do have to worry about your calories, and you got to know what you're trying to hit. So if your goal is fat loss, you want to start with your body weight times 12 calories. So take your body weight, multiply by 12. That's the calories you need for fat loss, and that's just a generic calculation, but that's going to be your starting point. And then if you're trying to gain muscle, you want to multiply your body weight by 16. All right. So I love doing the math with a 200-pound guy because it's just so simple. So if you're 200 pounds and you're trying to lose fat, you want to multiply that by 12, and now you have 2,400 calories per day. That's how much you need to be eating every single day, 2,400 calories in order for the 200-pound male to lose the fat. Now, you want to break that down with your macronutrients, your protein, your fats, your carbs. So for your protein, you want 4 times the 200. Remember, 1 gram of protein equals 4 calories. So you got a 200, for protein, you're doing 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. All right, so a 200-pound male needs to be eating 200 grams of protein minimum. And that right there is going to be 800 calories. You take the 200 and you multiply by 4. That gives you 800 calories. So those are 800 calories down. And now for your fats, normally when you're trying to lose weight, you want your fats to be at like a 25% of your overall calories. So 25% of your 2,400. All right, now that right there is going to take you to 600 calories. Take your 2,400, multiply by 0.25. That's going to give you your calories for your fats, 600. You divide that by 9. Now you have 67 grams of fat per day. And then we talk about carbs, whatever is left, which in this case will be 1,000 calories. You want to make sure that you are eating 250 grams of carbs because you took the 1,000 calories that were left and you multiply that by 4. All right, 250 grams of carbs. Rewind, write this down if you are lost. But I'm breaking it down very, very simple, and I'm giving you everything you need to know. But basically, for a 200-pound male who wants to lose fat, he needs to be eating 200 grams of protein, all right? He needs to be eating 250 grams of carbs, and he needs to be eating 67 grams of fat per day, every single day. Now, why is protein the king macronutrient? I know you hear it all the time, protein, protein, protein. Protein is the key. If you only focus on one macro, focus on protein. Protein is the foundation. It preserves your lean muscle. It helps boost your metabolism, and it keeps you full longer. All right. Studies show that higher protein diets will help you burn up to 100 extra calories per day just through digestion alone. Okay, you want to stick with lean sources of protein. You got lean chicken, your chicken breast, boneless, skinless. You have your fish, you got eggs, you got your whey protein, you got your whole food protein, you got your Greek yogurt. You got to get the lean sources of protein. And then you want to be hitting this target every single day, even on your rest days. Just keep it basic every single day. And then you'll notice your physique starting to harden up. You'll have less fluff and you'll have more definition. That's the goal, okay? Now let's talk about the carbs. Is carbs your friend or is carbs your enemy? A lot of you have this one misconstrued in your head. Carbs aren't the bad guy. Eating too many carbs is the issue. All right, so carbs help to fill your lifts in the gym, and it also helps you for that recovery outside of the gym. If you cut them too low for too long, your workouts will suffer, your strength will start to drop, and then you will lose that full pump look. Right? That's what we're trying to avoid. So the key thing here is all about timing. You need to make sure that you are timing your carbs. Eat your carbs around your workout, pre and post. Keep your carbs lower at night when you are less active. Just keep that in mind. Carbs lower in the day, carbs lower at night, carbs higher in the daytime. That's how you get lean without losing that size. All right? Carbs are not the enemy. Remember, we're eating 250 for a 200-pound male. All right, your hormone fuel, okay? Fats often get ignored so much, but they are crucial, especially for men over 30, okay? Healthy fats keeps your testosterone high, keeps it at a good level, keeps your brain and joints functioning properly, okay? Brain, joints, testosterone. We want all that functioning the way it should. If you go too low on your fat and start eating minimal numbers of fat grams, your hormones tank and your energy will disappear. I promise you that. So you want to aim for around 20 to 30% of your total calories from fats. Remember earlier we did the 25%. That's just a nice medium right there. Focus on eggs, salmon, olive oils, nuts, peanut butter even. Those right there are healthy fats that are going to help you keep those hormone levels in check. Now, I told you I was going to give you the biggest mistake. I'm glad you guys are still here. Subscribe if you have not subscribed already. But the biggest mistake, the biggest macronutrient mistake that a lot of folks are doing for sure, I know this for sure because I talk to a lot of people on a daily basis about this. But most guys fail because they only focus on their total calories instead of focusing on macronutrient balance. All right, so they just take the calories and they eat calories and they ignore the macronutrient balance. You can eat 2,000 calories of donuts and chicken, and technically you will hit your caloric intake, right? You'll hit your 2,000 mark, but the results will look completely different. I break this down so many times all over this channel, but I got to do it again. You're going to feel flat, sluggish, you're going to look soft, and your body is just not going to, your body doesn't just care about the calories. I got to make that clear. Your body just doesn't care about calories. It actually cares about your nutrient quality and the ratios. That's why macronutrients are so important. So you have to stop winging it. You got to track your macros. You got to adjust weekly, and you got to watch how fast your body changes. If your body changes too fast, pull back on certain macronutrients. You got 3 of them to play with. I normally don't touch the protein, and I normally don't touch my fats. I normally just alter my carbs. Carbs up, carbs down, just not too low. And that's normally will do the trick. All right, so you got to start focusing on your macronutrient breakdown if you truly want to change that physique. Guys, I'm breaking it down for you. All right, so here's the recap. Protein builds the muscle. Carbs fuel the training. And your fats regulate your hormones, okay? Balance them right, and you will finally get shredded. You'll get that muscular look that you have been chasing. All right, now, I know you're probably just all confused in the head. I got the first link in the description box. That is the 5-day quick start that's going to basically walk you through the first week of workouts, macros, and the fat loss strategy step by step. All right, free everything. I actually threw a bonus in there. It's actually 6 days just for you. And then after that, we can jump into a more customizable thing where me and you can lock in one-on-one, and we can really break down what your goal is, and we can get you a plan designed for you. It's the 30-day shred where we will lock in full accountability by me, and we will get you right. I need you guys to eat smart and train hard. But you got to remember, you do not need perfection. You just need consistency. All right? I hope I see you guys in that challenge, and I hope I see you guys for that one-on-one coaching. I'm going to catch you on the next one.